everyone, welcome back to Crypto Cash. Thank you so much for joining me here. I hope you're having a fantastic day. Taking a quick look here again at Bitcoin, seeing what's going on. And this is an interesting situation. Price keeps shooting up and shooting down and then immediately responding. This is just complete nonsense. And honestly, the best practice for us, I get the question a lot, is really just to hope and pray. Hope your trade goes well and pray that it doesn't go terrible. Just kidding. That's not exactly what you do, but I like to provide a little levity here because this is complete nonsense and there's no other way around it. Complete garbage trading right now. There's just no better way to describe it. So we're going to take a look at some back-end liquidation levels to kind of see what's going on. So if you're new to the channel, welcome aboard. Please do me a favor, hit the like button, comment below, subscribe, the whole 9 yards if you haven't yet already. And obviously, if you want to become a better trader, cryptocash.tech is a site, link down below. I teach you everything I know. So what I want to talk about here, first of all, is some liquidation levels. And just to clarify too, I don't think this is like a 100% probability, but at this point, you really truly don't know. We do have a CME gap down as low as about 64,000, and as we can see here, there is some liquidation at that low 64, pretty much upper 63,000 range. So just bear in mind that's a possible reality here. Yesterday I thought for sure it wouldn't happen at all. Now today, hard to really say, honestly. It's just the market just shoots up and shoots down. Asian market just sells off. U.S. market opens up really strong. It's really confusing. Okay. Either way you look at it, 72,000 is the heaviest concentration of liquidation in the top. So once again, as per usual, we're kind of smack dab in between those two large liquidation levels. So just a friendly advice here, folks, if you're trading over the next couple weeks, it's going to get crazy. Things oftentimes do this. We had very similar behavior leading into the Bitcoin ETF, for example, big approval, and then once that happened, just price tanked and then it recovered instantly, right? We're probably going to see something similar here leading into the Bitcoin halving. Notoriously, we see an increase followed by a decrease. So it's just it's an interesting thing. We're going to find out more about that later. We'll discuss that. Maybe I'll even make a separate video regarding that. But for right now, let's go ahead and talk about the daily time frame and work our way down and just kind of see where we're at here. Because again, we're not in terrible shape. Being up over 50 on the RSI, that's not a bad place to be. Money flow index is it's kind of right there halfway at about 50, and then we can see, or sorry, that's right there at about 45. It's getting closer to 50 though. The higher the better, obviously, but on the daily time frame, it's typically always lagging behind. Anyways, I'm not concerned about that. What I can say though is stochastic swinging up here with this downtrend. We could see further upside. And then of course, we take a look at the moving averages. We're above, majority of them, but we're still, no correction, I'm sorry. We are above the 20-day SMA, at least for the moment. Okay, again, today's candlestick hasn't closed yet. Let's not get too excited. We can see we have natural 5% up, 5% down corrections. Not really ideal trading conditions. So the summary here is that we've got some positive things here for the most part. I would say generally speaking, being up over 50 in the RSI and then above all moving averages is important. We're also back up above this ascending trend line too. And I know what you're probably thinking too. Well, wait, we broke down below. We've invalidated that. Yes and no. We had a bearish backtest, but then yesterday we totally destroyed it, and then today it's kind of like who knows what's going on. So the truth about the situation here is that with us remaining above the volume profile at 67,000, that's an important place to be. So we combine all this together, it's slightly more bullish than bearish on the daily. Okay, hate even using that word right now because just how nonsense the trading has been, but that's just kind of the par for the course, folks. You got to recognize people with billions of dollars are trading the market. They're moving it the way they see fit. Okay, we're just pawns in their little game of chess. Either way you look at it, though, here we look at the 4-hour time frame. Again, wavering above and below 50 on the RSI. Generally speaking, being over 50 on the RSI is a good sign now. Same thing here with money flow index. It's lowish, but not terrible. Okay, we do want to see that above the price action, have some confirmation. Again, leading into our trade that we took yesterday, we had money flow index and RSI holding strong above 50. Okay, that's a good thing in most cases. We're back on track there, sort of, but not completely. We can also see here that MACD is reconverging, so to speak. So again, not terrible by any stretch. We're still mostly positive here, but again, getting over the 20-day. Sorry, actually, that's a 50-day SMA would be very, very important. We're also right there testing the 200-day SMA on the 4-hour time frame. That's never a great sign. So again, we want a solid closer at 68, 69,000 soon. Otherwise, we're going to keep seeing a lot of shenanigans. Honestly, even if we were to close above, I wouldn't be surprised if we still see it. Okay, it's not going to be anything definitive. Keep in mind, too, the last few weekends have been fairly red. So leading into this weekend here, We might actually see an inverse there because Bitcoin dominance is really wacky. It's staying super high and it's not pulling back at all. So as you can see, altcoins are just bleeding out terribly. So my anticipation is that we'll see Bitcoin pull back this weekend. And then, of course, we might see small coins recover once Bitcoin dominance stabilizes. A lot of it hinges on this, though. Unfortunately, last 24 hours, Bitcoin dominance has just stayed the same. Alt's been bleeding out, and Bitcoin price has been jumping all over the place. So it's really hard to get a read on what's going on here. But the really interesting thing about all of this is that we've been above the cloud the entire time. So while it's not ideal and perfect trading conditions, remaining above the cloud is essentially keeping us in play here. So again, today looking for a closure at 67,600 or higher. That was the same consensus yesterday. We did, by the way, close at 67,600 or higher, which is why we felt confident taking a long position. Took a long right there and got a second entry down here. So generally speaking, we're actually at break even or just a little bit above, if I'm not mistaken. We're actually in really good shape right now with our Bitcoin trade. Solana, different story altogether. I'll explain that here in a minute. But for the moment, it is what it is, folks. So again, if you think this is awesome trading conditions, comment below. I'd love to hear your comments. I know I'm being a little facetious here today, but the truth is it's a really, really funky market and you want to be careful trading. See, we've been okay with our trades, even though they came a little close to our stop loss, because we set our stop loss kind of loose and we have low leverage, low position sizing. So when you use lower leverage, you're typically a lot safer. You can survive these ebbs and flows. So again, if you're getting destroyed consistently, jump on over to our Trading Academy. Make sure you watch some of those videos and ensure that you kind of recalibrate too, because a lot of this is just emotional trading. But if you're using too high leverage, that's probably the problem. We don't face any liquidation in our community because, first of all, our stop loss hits before that. But more importantly, we rarely trigger a stop loss. Yes, we had, 2 this month here so far. Hasn't been the fantastic trading scenario. But again, that's part of trading, folks. You got to kind of, I hate to say it, normalizing losses. It's pretty common. Granted, we take very few of them, but when they happen, people take them kind of hard because it just so happens that people go hard and heavy on this random trades and decide that it's terrible. Anyways, I'm rambling. I'm sorry. I hope you learned something today. Comment below, like, subscribe, and follow if you haven't already. I do look forward to working with you, though. Thank you so much for the continued support. I mean, we're about 3 years strong now and on this channel, so deeply appreciate all the support. Thank you so much to everyone for watching, and I look forward to working with you if you want to become a better trader. I hope you have a good one. Thanks again for your time. Take care.